Hey y'all, it's Kirk. Ask Dr. Kirk hunting episode. Just putting up some of the fruits of my labor from this season. Dr. Kirk's BS and Dr. Kirk's TL, as you can see. BS, of course, stands for backstrap. What are you thinking? And TL being tenderloin. So these are the gold bricks. These are the ones we all go after. The main awesomeness. I'm putting the freezer here. Excuse me. So yeah, the prized stuff. So really quick, just we're gonna rapid fire. I'm on lunch break today, so some real quick rapid fire hunting questions because I got some simple ones that I've been trying to get to and get out of the way. First one being from Jason over in Lumber City, Georgia. About time some Telfair County folks started hollering. Asked about, hey, Dr. Kirk, why do I not see any of these does with bow that you've been going? I haven't seen any pictures posted. Well, Jason, so I'm a doe with bow guy. So there are some that I'm super proud of course. I actually got a really big one that we were after for a while that was giving us some trouble. And that to me is a prize. However, I mean, as a hunter, I guess you don't just post a bunch of pictures of a bunch of slick heads. I don't think anybody's really impressed by any of that, even though they should be. There's a whole bunch of, I'll post some a little bit later. I actually got in trouble because last year, the thing that I was mostly impressed of, I was trying out all these new broadheads and arrow setups. I was posting how good of blood trails I was leaving. So I love some great little trailing. As I'm trailing and tracking deer, I'll take pictures of the blood spots and how good we get a good trail. Facebook and social media did not like that. Posting a lot of blood. So anyway, maybe I'll try it again, but I'll kind of at the end of the season kind of give you a good wrap up on some of the stuff that we got. So I did ended up harvesting my legal amount of doe in my given area and harvested things wonderfully and helped a lot of people out, I hope, and was able to donate some great, awesome venison to people that needed it. So anyway, super blessed, great season. Got a week left, but it's been a great season so far. So that's number one. Number two, so I have Alan in Columbia, South Carolina. Woo! It says, Dr. Kirk, where are some of these recipes for the venison that you love? Okay, so on my page, I actually do share a good bit of my recipes and some of the things that I've put together. I do have some pretty cool wildlife cooking stuff that I love to do because I like to get creative on this stuff. I'm going to say it, man, I'm about to make some people mad. But here we go. Fellow hunters, I love bacon. I love cream cheese. I'm going to put them in a lot of things. However, wrapping everything in bacon and putting cream cheese on it doesn't make you a wildlife chef. Sorry. So we can be a little bit more creative than that, fellas. So there are a lot of recipes I have out there that go beyond that kind of thing. But I have a bunch that I'll share, Alan, so you can see some of the things that I cook. But the most important thing I want to say along with this is venison. So I'll talk a lot about venison. I'll have something a little bit later about the health benefits of eating venison as opposed to beef or pork. But venison is super lean. Just absolute protein bombs. It's so good, but so lean. But anybody that eats really lean, some of you guys who eat a bunch of chicken breasts and y'all bodybuilder folks, you'll know that super lean stuff isn't quite that palatable to the human taste buds. And that's just the way we're made. I mean, we are geared to like fatty stuff and salty stuff, and that's good, and we need both of those things. And I'm going to talk a little bit later in the Ask Dr. Kirk side, or maybe the medical minute, about how we need fats and we need salts, so they're not villains like they're made out to be. But when it comes to wildlife cooking, you have to add fat back in order to make something that's palatable. Now, you can just eat a backstrap right out of a deer's back if you wanted to. And you'd probably survive until you got scurvy, I guess. But you would, you need to make something palatable by adding back fat. So in a lot of my recipes, one great tip is I use two very common things in order to add back fat. Number one, real butter. Yeah, real butter. Not, I can't believe it's not nothing. I say real butter. So real butter is one of the things that you can fry in, or you can baste in, or you can coat the pan with, or you can add to whatever kind of recipe you're doing. And that adds back some good natural fat that makes it very tasty to you. Number two, cheese. Cheese is a great thing. I love cheese. I love cheese on just about everything. So adding cheese to things. So let's say you mix it in with like your ground, or you mix it in with your sausage or whatever. That adds back some great fats, because cheese is nice and fatty, and gives it some flavor. So using those two things. So just make sure that when you're cooking any of your wildlife stuff, and you'll see some recipes later, is adding back fat and salts, because that's just what tastes good to us. And you can do this in a healthy way, in a controlled way, depending on what your ailments are, or dietary restrictions you may have, of course. And we can, again, broach all those kind of stuff later. So lastly, I have one last question from Clint in Appling, Georgia. And Clint says, Dr. Kirk, how often are you practicing archery? Okay, great question. Not as much as I should. My gosh. Actually, I'm out here at my lunch break, and I'm gonna get some shots in my little backyard range here with the Matthews. I try my hardest to go. Here's my rules. I go 3 for 3, 3 out of 3. Meaning, I'm going to try to shoot 3 days a week in the off season. And at least in those sessions, I want to get at least 3 good arrows. So 3 decent arrows. Now, how long does it take me to get 3 good ones I'm satisfied with? That could be hours. Who knows? Sometimes I just zip them through real quick. But 3 days of the week, I want to get 3 good arrows in a target to feel like I did something. Okay, and just as simple in my backyard range, or at my buddy's house over at Bobby's, and where he's got a good little range over there at Jeb's Pro Shop. As we get closer to season, then I bump that up. Then I go 5 for 5. 5 days out of the week, I want to have 5 good arrows on those sessions. So that's tough. Y'all know who's got busy lives. I mean, that's tough to do. But it's tough. It's tough to do if you are like forcing yourself to have to do it. But this is kind of one of my hobbies that I really like. So it's not so tough for me. And I'll play around with those some. You know, if I get 3 good ones and I'm on a 5-day, I might say, okay, that's good enough for now, or whatever. But just making yourself get out there and do it, and let some arrows fly. More than anything, what you're doing is, besides, I mean, I fool myself in saying that I'm testing my equipment, and I'm making sure everything's dialed in, and I'm looking at arrow flight, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. But really what you're doing is you're training your muscle memory. You want to be pulling and shooting your bow, and it all to be just natural. So that's just part of it. And you need to keep those muscles nice and flexible and strong, and all the muscles it takes to do bow hunting. So compound bow hunting, pulling a big heavy bow, depending on what your poundage is, you need to keep those muscles working. So and by the way, look a little bit later, I've been putting together a workout program for shoulder health for archers, and I promise I'm gonna get that together soon. It's almost done, and I keep almost having it done, and I keep getting distracted, but I'm gonna get that done, I promise. Anyway, this was Ask Dr. Kirk hunting episode. Real quick, rapid fire ones. Let me shoot these arrows. I gotta get back to work, y'all. I kind of need to pay the bills. Love y'all, mean it. Jesus loves you.